excited to be standing here at the Living Arts Center for the We Are Your Sisters Yogathon. Right now, there are women and men who are doing 108 sun salutations to raise awareness and funds for the South Asian Women's Center. I will be speaking to the organizers to find out more. Can't wait.
Hi, I'm RETU JALHAN. I'm the director of the We Are Your Sisters campaign. It started with the help of the Miss India Canada organization.
Fantastic. Ritu, I am so excited to be here for the Yogathon and to know that people in the next room are doing 108 sun salutations. Why are they doing that today?
So the reason why we're doing 108 sun salutations today is to really pay homage and honor and respect those women who have faced violence in their life, whether it was rape, human trafficking. We definitely have an issue in the South Asian community where we don't address such issues. And by us coming together and doing 108 sun salutations, it's really about bringing forward that positive energy, that healing energy to these women worldwide, as well as raising funds through this awareness campaign to support their rehabilitation.
Great. The title, We Are Your Sisters. Tell me a little bit about that. Where did that concept come from?
Well, as I started to do my research about, women who have been survivors of rape or trafficking, I came to realize, especially in India and other Southeast Asian communities, that a lot of times these women are banished by their own family because they no longer bring honor, or they don't carry the honor anymore of their family, and they have no one to turn to. I wanted those women to realize that there's a global sisterhood, women who around the world are concerned about their well-being and want to support their rehabilitation, get them back on their feet, and to live a positive life, to be anything that they want to be, because a lot of times, even if a girl is gang raped or raped in India, they're banished by their family, and then they turn to trafficking as a means, or to prostitution as a means to make money and live their life, and that's just no way that any woman should have to live. So.
Absolutely. And what about the issues in terms of violence against women and abuse and trafficking here in Canada?
Well, that's a great question, and that's why we brought on the South Asian Women's Center this year. Last year we focused on India because of the tragic rape case in Delhi. This year, with a murder in Brampton as well as in Barhaven in Ottawa, within the Punjabi community, it started to really open my eyes that we haven't really resolved this issue from a diaspora standpoint either, and we need to be more cognizant of the fact that that there's still women here suffering as well. There are cases where women are trafficked here to be caregivers and then sexually assaulted by the people who sponsor them. There are situations here where people come here, trafficked here to work, and then they get their passports taken away from them and forced labor. There are situations even when older women come from India as caregivers for their grandchildren. They get abused not only by their own children, but also their daughter-in-law or son-in-law. So, physically abused, and there have been cases like that the South Asian women have faced as well. So it's definitely something we need to, behavioral and cultural, socio-cultural, that we need to change in our community.
That's great. So the Yogathon, is it once a year, or is it something that you want to do continuously?
Yes, it's once a year. We do it annually. It is a large undertaking because we do have to get people from the yoga community together. We have to raise awareness.
And there's a lot of initiatives out there, whether it's breast cancer awareness or cervical cancer awareness. The ALS challenge just came out and it went viral. So it's great. It's great to see so many people using social media platforms as well as doing a lot of different cool things. For me, the yoga was an easy route because I myself am a yoga instructor.
Where does yoga fit into the awareness initiative?
The awareness initiative, this whole thing, and why we use yoga as a platform is because, there's a lot of marathons out there, there's a lot of walks, but I felt that, being of South Asian descent, we should use something that's from our culture, to bring people together, as well as something that really sends out positive energy and is mindful. And I come back to that mindfulness because it's really about changing the way we think about violence in our community, towards women and men, and gender inequality and all the issues that come along, with violence and women's issues. So, I found that yoga was a great platform to bring that positive energy together and to use something from our cultural heritage to bring people together.
It's fantastic. The entire project seems just absolutely amazing, like just bringing the community together, and that's something that we don't see enough of. But also the community coming together for such an important cause. And it's something that I can just tell just by speaking to you that you're incredibly passionate about. Where does that passion come from?
Well, the passion, I think, comes from a reflective moment. After the Delhi rape case and reading about it, I just became very aware of the value of the rights and freedoms that I have, being a Canadian and growing up here, and how that liberty and that freedom is not what women face all over the world. They don't have the same rights and freedoms. Whether it's a hypocrisy or not, like for you as a single young woman in India to walk around at 2 a.m. in the morning is unheard of, unaccompanied, Here I have that right and freedom. I don't feel threatened. I feel very safe in my communities, and I think that, we need to make sure that we're building that bridge, taking, not only celebrating our Indian culture and community here in Canada, but also taking our Canadian values and demonstrating to people in India that they need to adopt this, these North American values as well when it comes to liberties for women. So I think that that's very important, and that passion that came from, a big moment of tragedy, as we saw worldwide, not just for the South Asian community. I think everybody held their breath at that moment. It just really was an eye-opener as to how fortunate I am as an individual, and how I want every girl in the world to feel that free. So,
have you been to India and seen this firsthand as well, or is this just something from you read in the media?
So that's a great question. I've been to India many times. Former Miss India Canada, got a trip there.
Fantastic.
Yes, it was great. It was a great experience. It's a great organization that has supported this initiative as well. And the experience there, I never saw it firsthand because I was so sheltered by my family. I was so protected by my family. I could see the way men look at women and the way they gawk and the way they catcall, and that's not appropriate either. We see that every once in a while in North American community, but going to the average mall on a day, you won't encounter that. But that's what happens in India. So I did see the eve teasing issues very prominent, very, very prevalent issues. But as for rape and human trafficking, families don't talk about that openly. They don't, not there, not at all. And that's where we need to break the barrier. We really do.
And break the barrier here as well too.
Absolutely.
That definitely the lot of South Asian family is talking about things such as abuse or rape or just even feeling bad about yourself. Those don't just come out in the open, right? It's sort of locked away, and especially for a South Asian woman, just to talk about that there's a lot of shame attached.
Yes.
To that.
Absolutely.
And victim shaming, essentially. So something like this really helps to bring that awareness.
Absolutely.
And then hopefully from this, what do you see in the future?
What I see in the future is just having a more, and I dare to say this, but a sexually liberated society. One where women can walk freely and congregate with men or women and not necessarily feel threatened by that. And I found time and time again that, that in a society where we're open to talk about sex, sexual orientation, you have a lot. It doesn't degrade anybody. This old school mentality that we talk about that shows that you're low class or that you don't have any morals or values is not the issue. That's no longer the issue. That should no longer be the reason why we don't talk about it. Like, that's a very faux-pas way of thinking of it. I think we should be open with our sexuality. We should be open with our discussion. And where I want to see this go is really for men to also be part of the dialogue, because, why is it that young men in India have all this pent-up sexual frustration? Where do they need to set their energy? Right? Do they need a basketball court, a baseball court? Do they need resources where they can divert their attention? Why isn't India building better communities for its men as well, so that they don't do things like this? And that's where I think and that's where I know I would like to see this go, is to involve men. This is their issue, and we tend to be the victims of that issue. And so, and that's 90% of the time. There are issues where women do rape men, and there are issues where women do physically abuse men. But we need to bring them into the dialogue. We need to get them in full circle, understand their needs as well.
That's fantastic. And how can people get in touch with you?
WeAreYourSisters.com. My email is up there. Come to the Yogathon next year, and just watch for our updates. We're going to be promoting the South Asian Women's Center. They're having a fundraiser gala in March on International Women's Day. So just whatever events that we're coming out to, tweet us, post us, share what we're talking about. Be a part of the dialogue. Be a part of the discussion.
What does it mean to be limitless to you?
Well, I think it comes back to that notion of freedom. For me, to be limitless is to have this idea that I have the freedom and the liberty to do and achieve anything I can put my mind to, and I just feel I'm going to get teary-eyed now. I just feel so fortunate that in North America we have that, and I want every girl to have that.
Let's step out of our comfort zone together. Join us every Wednesday and Sunday as we talk people, community, trends, and being limitless. Tweet us at IAM Limitless TV, #IAM Limitless, and if you like this, please subscribe to our IAM Limitless TV channel. Until next time, that's a wrap. Love and limitless.